There we go, the fish on.
Louisiana redfish at its best.
Rooster on the wild coast.
Florida Keys bonefish on the Hobie.
Hobie Outdoor Adventures proudly presents the 2017 Hobie Bass Open. Well, here we are, once again on the legendary fishery of Kentucky Lake. And this year, 115 anglers across the United States and Canada get the opportunity to test their skills for a chance to win big cash and prizes and 2 spots to represent Team USA in the next Hobie Fishing Worlds in Sweden.
Winning the tournament last year was amazing. Getting to go to Hobie World 6, it was in Leeville. Get to go chase some redfish, trout, and flounder. Something different for me. I'd never fished for that fish before. Man, what an experience. What a ride it's been. Whoever wins this tournament this year, it changes your fishing career.
Great people. This is one of my best events. I love it. I'm excited to be back here. I won 2015 and put on a pretty good show. Had 116 inches. Hopefully someone here today will beat it. I think I'm still reigning on that, but those kind of days come far in between, so we'll see, and I wish everyone luck.
Year number 4 and 2 years, 3rd place in a row, both years. I want to win this thing. I'm tired of 3rd place. I'm here to win, so.
The Hobie Bass Open is a 2-day tournament, and anglers will need to catch their 3 largest bass each day.
Kentucky Lake has long been known as a phenomenal fishery year-round. There's incredible accommodations through state parks or privately owned areas that really appeal to anglers and families to come and have a great time fishing and playing on a beautiful part of the country.
Kentucky Lake is in western Kentucky. We have been here for a long time, since about 1945 actually, with the construction of Kentucky Dam. We have over 2,700 miles of shoreline. We have a sister lake, Lake Barkley, and in the middle between the 2 of our lakes is Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area. This is about 170,000 acres of undeveloped land that is a great outdoor recreation destination for families and individuals. We have a lot to offer in our area.
Every year the lake fishes differently. Every year we catch it in a slightly different phase. This year the fish seem like they're a little bit more spread out. There's a lot more flooded cover, a lot more flooded vegetation. A lot of those fish are they're holding in those mid-depth ranges, and they're not really pushing out to the ledges like they typically do this time of year. They're also not pulling as much current as they could be right now, and that also helps drive those fish out to the summer ledge pattern.
Using their iAngler app, anglers would catch, measure, photograph each fish and submit it to live scoring systems before releasing them back to the lake. The iAngler app provides real-time leaderboard updates, streamlined the process of verifying anglers' length measurements.
Kentucky Lake's special. This is a special time of year to be fishing it. It's incredible. But really, this is about all the people that are here. This event is so special for a lot of different reasons, and the fishing is just one of those. It's really a lot about all the people that come together for this event.
I look forward to this tournament every year. This is the 4th one. I've been to all 4 of them, and the date for next year is already marked on my calendar, to be at this event. Hobie does an amazing job with this tournament. It's run very well. It's good as any tournament I've ever fished. The fellowship, all your friends that come from all over the country. It's a fun time. Everybody's here for one thing, and that's just enjoy a good tournament. And Hobie runs an amazing tournament here. It's at the top of my list every year as the tournament I'm going to attend.
Hobie Outdoor Adventures will be right back with full coverage of the 2017 Hobie Bass Open. Hobie Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Gerber Fishing Gear, Fish Beyond, Lorenz, Find, Navigate, Dominate, Power Pole Micro Anchor, Swift, silent, secure, and small. And by AFTCO, American Fishing Tackle Company. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Well, it's the first day of the 4th annual Hobie Bass Open on the legendary fisheries of Kentucky and Barkley Lakes.
This morning I launched at 3:30. I'm sure some other guys launched after I did. It's an area I like to get to kind of early. This week I found a school of bass out here feeding on gizzard shad, and I've got 2 fish caught so far. You know, there's a few fish left out here, and I think as the day progresses, my school is gonna tighten up and get a little bit bigger. It's gonna take them a little while. We're gonna need that sun to get up to kind of get them schooled up and positioned on this ledge out here.
Thanks, man. You know, last year, Matthew SCOTCH sandbagged on us all, little turd. And if I can get one more decent fish, I've got a fish I'm gonna sandbag on him hard. I thought I had him last year, and he comes in right there at the end, put up a 20 1/4, something like that. Swiped second from me. I thought I had it. It's not a big one, but it's number 3. They count too.
I'm hoping to get a big fish here in the next 2-3 hours and finish round out my bag. I got 3 fish. Actually, I have probably about 50 fish in the boat. Most of them are like the 15 to 18 inch range. But I need that kicker. Looking for the kicker right now. If I can find that, I'll be feeling really comfortable going back. He's a little chunker. I wish he was longer. He's a little chunker though. 15 1/2. Fun fish. See you, buddy. You're not doing me any good. Tell your friends to come out.
The tournament so far is awesome. I actually bought this 3 weeks ago. I've never fished out of a kayak until about a month ago, but I fished this lake quite a few times. I just like fishing, man. A bunch of my buddies got some kayaks, so we figured we'd all just start trying to get into tournaments and just having some fun. Besides the Mirage Job, the reverse is amazing in the 180. Now, I've never been in the ones without the 180, so I couldn't compare it, but as much as I use it, I'd hate to not have it.
We're now back on the bank of Kentucky Lake for the Hobie Bass Open Day 1 results.
I'm fishing with my son, Will. He's 14, spending the weekend together, enjoying the time on Kentucky Lake and catching a few bass.
It's been fun. Pretty hot, but fun.
Cool, so what's your game plan for tomorrow?
Same thing as today. Fish topwater in the morning, jigs the rest of the day.
What do you like about kayak fishing?
You can get places normal boats can't.
And what do you like about these Hobies?
And you can stand on one side and it won't flip.
Nice. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
We have bought the outdoor lunch every year for the tournament and for the anglers, and we're proud to be a sponsor in correlation with Hobie and put on this tournament. Day on the water was amazing. First cast, 5 o'clock, I caught a fish, and I was the first one on the leaderboard to send it in. It was small, but I was happy with that. I love being here. This is a great atmosphere. Everybody here is friendly. It's so good for Hobie. It's so good for Bassin. It's so good for me. Just the camaraderie is amazing.
And once again, just wanted to thank the Kentucky Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau for hosting us, as well as the city of Calvert City, Kentucky. They're awesome hosts, and we're really blessed to be able to use their facilities and fish right here on the lakes.
Drew Russell is in 3rd place with 55.5 inches.
Essentially, I took a drive south about 50 minutes to a creek that I practice in, and my friend Tyson Peterson was in the creek. So, and at one point he let me on one of his sweet spots on a ledge, and I caught my limit in probably, I think, 5 casts.
Coming in 2nd is Joshua Stewart. He's compiled a 57.75 inch 3-fish tally.
Basically, I fish shallow, try to get away from where all the boats were fishing and try to get to areas where they couldn't get, you know, somewhere that's not pressured. And I got all my good bites come from about 2-3 feet of water in the buckbrush.
After consecutive third-place finishes, just missing out on a trip to the Hobie Fishing Worlds each time, Jay Wallen is in range of fulfilling a dream. He's on top of the leaderboard with 58.75 inches.
I want to win this thing more than anything. Coming in third 2 years in a row kind of makes you getting close and not being able to grab it. That makes you want it a little bit more, and to have that happen 2 years in a row. So we'll see. Anything can happen. I could go out there and blank tomorrow.
Stay tuned. Hobie Outdoor Adventures will be right back with full coverage of the 2017 Hobie Bass Open. Hobie Outdoor Adventures has been brought to you by Hobie Polarized, trusted, quality, heritage. St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Rail Blaza, hold everything with Rail Blaza. And by SCOTCH, the way to fish. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures and coverage of the 4th annual Hobie Bass Open. Since the inaugural in 2014, the tournament has always been held on the legendary fisheries of Kentucky and Barkley Lakes, based out of Kentucky Dam Village State Resort Park.
It started out really well. I had a 20 and a half the first 30 minutes of fishing, so that's a good start. It seems like the first year that I fished, the year I won, we had some really crazy weather, from lightning to heavy rain. Yesterday was fine half the day. The wind did pick up, and it was a little tough to stay on this spot. We were pretty much going over 3 and 3.5 footers all day.
Well, it's slow right now. It was a real good bite early. First 30 minutes this morning, I mean, they were feeding good. We had a full moon, so fish were, they probably fed all night long, and it was a good early bite. The last couple hours has been really, really slow. But I've got 3 solid fish. I think 20 and a quarter, I think, is my biggest fish this morning. So got about 50 or 53 something this morning. Yeah, he's got a fish. Oh man, I'm happy for him. I'm pulling for Jay. If anybody deserves a win, that man right there deserves it. I'm pulling for him. I hope it's a tank.
Just 20 inches. Pretty fish. I'm gonna take one more picture just to make sure I got it. I lost my net, but that's all right. I think that's enough. Get one more. In the lead, baby! This is for Scotch. That 20 incher I just caught, we're gonna sandbag on him today. I'm not uploading that fish till late in the afternoon. We'll put that thing on there. I'm not gonna let Scotch see it. If we can get them fired up here, we can hammer them.
I know it, man. I don't feel like a bass. Oh. Woo, yeah, baby. Woo. I literally went right in front of his boat and seen him.
Good job, dude. Did you get that on drop shot?
Yes.
Nice.
Literally went across them, and there was like 4 or 5 of them right there. Yes, sir. 18 inches on the nose. Look at that black spot on top of his head. Thank you, brother. See, everything's good. So now I can go open the eye angler out. Says I am verified. Fish submitted. I'm good to go. Yeah, the Hobie Worlds was, man, it was awesome. I'd love to go 1-2 with that guy right there.
Ron, what's it like seeing your name on the boat with USA?
Oh yeah,
That's what I want.
That's kind of an emotional moment right there.
You're damn right. It is.
I mean, you get a chance to represent your country. Might have shed a little tear during that moment. I think we all did. It was a really cool experience. Damn, I thought that fish was bigger than that. Not gonna help. Yeah, 16. Jay's got one.
3-pounder. He won't help. He's just 18 inches. I'm trying to cull 2 18-inchers, so this guy won't help, but he's pretty. It looks like we're getting them. Maybe they're starting to turn on. Ron just caught one. I just caught one. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, so about 30 minutes ago, I pulled up on this tree stump that's on the side of this ledge here, and I threw a Carolina rig out there, and I picked up a 21-inch bass, and I've let the area rest for a while now, and I'm gonna come back over and see if I can't pick up another fish off it. I haven't submitted any fish. I've been too busy trying to catch fish to worry about submitting them. Another reason is I don't want to give anybody incentive to fish harder. So, you know, this way, if you see yourself sitting in first place and I haven't submitted my photos, you know, I can kind of sneak in there.
Find out who'll earn the top 2 spots to represent Team USA in the 2018 Hobie Fishing Worlds when we come back. Hobie Outdoor Adventures has been brought to you by Plano, protect your passion. Mustad, defining fishing hooks since 1877. And by O-Meals, changing the way you eat outdoors. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. It's been another successful year of the Hobie Bass Open held in Kentucky Lake.
5 years ago, we had sort of started talking about the possibility of bringing kayaking fishing to Kentucky Lake. And I think there's a lot of potential for kayak fishing to grow on Kentucky Lake. So far, Hobie's enjoyed coming back. So I think we know what the fishing industry and what tournament fishing looks like from a bass boat, but to see this new realm of bass fishing and tournament fishing from a kayak, I think that we're finally starting to catch up to the trend of kayak fishing here in Kentucky Lake, and it's certainly, I'm very optimistic about it.
555 fish caught during the 2-day tournament. And now it's time to find out who gets to represent Team USA at the Hobie Fishing Worlds in Sweden. But first, let's start off with the youth division. Coming in third is Cole Clefman with a total of 83.75 inches. Will Stumbo in second with a total of 95.5 inches. Jackson Orr compiles an impressive 2-day total of 102.25 inches and wins the 2017 Hobie Bass Open Youth Division. Now it's time for the Adult Division. Drew Russell of Louisville, Kentucky rounds out the top 3. He earns $1,700, but unfortunately just misses out on a spot for the Hobie Worlds.
To be honest, I feel really good about it. I came here to win like every tournament, but realistically, I was hoping for a top 10. I was shooting for a top 10, so I'm thrilled with the third. Had a good time, learned a lot, so it was a good tournament.
The second place belongs to Joshua Stewart of Waverly, Tennessee, with a total of 114.25 inches. Stewart earns $2,500 and an invitation to the Hobie Fishing World 7.
I really thought that maybe I was going to have first today, but because the leaderboard before they shut it down was I think he had 114, and I had 114.25, but I guess he turned in another fish and surpassed me by, what was it, an inch? I'm just happy to be able to go to Worlds.
And finally, third time is a charm. After finishing third in the past 2 years, Jay Wallen of Lexington, Kentucky has battled through to take a Hobie Bass Open win.
I didn't feel good until about 30 minutes left to go in the tournament, and I actually upgraded an extra 3/4 of an inch, and I thought that would do it, but then I had some doubts. You just never know until everybody weighs in, so man, I'm so happy I pulled it off. I'm going to the Hobie World 7. That's what I want. That's what this whole thing was about. I just couldn't be happier. This is special, man. This means a lot to me.
The win earned Wallen a check for $4,000, but it was the trip to the Hobie Fishing World Championship that had him most excited. In all, Hobie Bass Open paid out cash prizes totaling over $10,000 to the top 10 winners. And here's the rest of the leaderboard. The Hobie Bass Open is the second in a series of 4 qualifying events for the Hobie Fishing Worlds, being held in the U.S. and one in Canada, that gives anglers the opportunity to qualify for 5 coveted spots on the North American team. For more details, go to HobieFishingWorlds.com.
I just want to thank Hobie and Kentucky Dam Village here in Calvert City, Kentucky. Really rolling out the red carpet for us. We've got awesome facilities. They've really stepped up big, and it shows. The whole town's been welcoming of us.
Thank you for watching, and remember, you can always watch all of our previous episodes at HobieOutdoorAdventures.com. Hey, we'll see you next week on a new episode of Hobie Outdoor Adventures.